Hi, Kelly will be right back in just a moment. It's Monday. We're starting off a little slow. I'm not the face you expected to see, was it? Should I play the Jeopardy theme? She's coming.
Turned it the wrong way. I forgot.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. And good morning to all my friends. And yes, I'm wearing this week is all about Christmas sweaters for me.
Well, mine is Figment, so
It's fine.
I've not done clothes. I've not washed anything since I got back from the trip. And
That's
then I
right.
did more
She
clothes.
had her funty trip.
I did have my funty trip, and she's perfect and amazing, and I love her so much.
I know you do. So with that said, every time one of us actually leaves McMinnville, I feel like something goes down.
Everything goes down.
And
it's crazy.
It is crazy. And this time, with all the chatter that is going around in McMinnville, I was amongst the chatter this weekend on Saturday. And so if you have seen it on our Facebook and Instagram page, I decided to write about it because, Melanie knows me. Everybody in this town knows me pretty well that I'm a very transparent person and I cannot keep my mouth shut. And so
and as we should not.
Yeah.
Transparency and honesty is a very good thing.
It is. And with that said, I wanted to read the press release that I put on our social media pages talking about the incident that happened on Saturday that had my name and my picture. So with that said, this is what the press release says. As all of you know, my sole purpose for doing Warren First 931 is to bring to the public what's going on in our beautiful community. I've always made sure to communicate to you not only the goodness our town has, but to enlighten my listeners with the happenings of Warren County. My staff and I worked long hours to ensure everything we present to you is based on factual and accurate information. We would never report anything before thoroughly researching and ensuring we only tell you the truthful information. My passion for truth and honesty is the only reason I'm addressing what happened to me this past weekend on Saturday. On a Facebook page about McMinnville, a very malicious and false post was made about me. It used my full name and a picture of me. The person who made the post appears to be a bogus name, and I want to assure all of you that everything said about me in the post is a vicious lie, and it appears that the sole intent was to hurt and humiliate me. Not one thing stated about me was true or accurate. The allegation is false. Also, I have never worked at any places of employment that was listed. If this person's intent was to humiliate me, you have definitely not succeeded. I promise you that. As I told somebody the other day, Melody, just attach it to the other things people throw at me that I keep dragging.
If anything, you made her a little bit mad, and that's not a good thing.
It's not.
It's really not.
My staff, my family, and I, we are hardworking people who love McMinnville and the Warren County community, and we will not let untrue words of a coward affect us. And so if anybody has any questions or knows who that person is, please let me know. I would love to, I'm a face-to-face person, and I would like to see that person's face and ask them why they would say this. And it wasn't just about me. It had other people's names.
Everybody got drugged through the mud.
And I want to say that cyberbullying and harassment and again, false accusations without any proof should not be acceptable on any spectrum.
Okay.
Whether it's social media, news, here, any of it. If it is false claims on something there's no truth to, why say it? Why stir it up?
Okay, so here's my 2 cents on this. That was definitely a fake profile. It was just created, but there was way too much in-town information in that post for it to be somebody overseas who's your typical scammer.
Yeah.
So I firmly believe that it is somebody that had a personal grievance against Kelly and the other
There are
people
people
listed in the
involved.
post and decided to create a fake profile and hide behind the fake profile in order to sling mud and slander.
Mm.
Now, here's the thing. This page that it was on, and we're not saying what page it is.
Mm-mm.
Most people know.
It was taken off.
But this page and others similar to it are there solely to create and start drama. The majority of the people that go onto these pages and post things live for the drama, want the drama, strive for the drama. And it drives me nuts. And most of the time it's not factual information. It's not positive information. It's just people on there who are miserable with their lives and want to drag everybody else down with them. I try to stay off of it because she said, we are very honest driven and very transparent.
Mm.
But a friend of mine, there was somebody that had gotten on there yesterday, and I got into the middle of more drama because she was not being a good, upstanding Christian person that she was claiming to be. And I ended up getting in the middle of that. And I try not to.
Yeah.
Because you can't argue with these people.
Mm-mm. And I will say, once the post was only up for 3 hours, and once and I put out the personal message saying, can somebody please give me the name and phone number to the lady that's over the page, the admin of the page. And I want to give a shout out to her. I won't say her name just because of privacy, but thank you for listening to me. She was very sweet, very nice.
Okay. I thought it was the guy that was running that page. So
No.
good.
And she said, I'll take it down immediately. And I want to also say, while I'm thinking about it before I forget, thank you to the 80 to 100 comments that was out to my defense. That was insane, but at the same time, it was so heartwarming and warming to know how much support someone like myself has in this community.
Yeah. Kelly did not even need to go on that post and say anything. Y'all had her back, her legs. You had her completely covered in love and
if
light.
I fall, y'all were going to catch me. It was the
greatest trust fall activity.
Yeah,
but it was so beautiful and so heartwarming. And even when she shared this to the Warren First page, the amount of love, the outpouring of love and support for her, was just a beautiful thing to see.
And I want everybody to know, I am not playing victim right now. I am playing a proactive. We have to, whether you see it's for me, whether you see it's at, yes, I am. Yes. Anna's asking if I'm at Tops.
Yep.
Yes, I am. Whether it's me, Melody, somebody that you see on Facebook, if you see cyberbullying, harassment, false claims, just like the people did for me, y'all need to do for the other people out there too. You need to start sending to the admin that this is harassment. You need to stop this. You need to, because
not feed into it.
Don't feed, instead of feeding into it and saying negative connotations, you can be proactive and say, hey, this is completely false. Like, write something classy on there and then write a message to the admin to remove it. And I do believe that if we start speaking about it and getting loud about cyberbullying and harassment and false claims on social media, it will eventually stop.
See, and I did something similar on TikTok. There is a woman here in town that went onto TikTok, and I didn't even get to tell y'all this too.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I was dealing with during my vacation, but she went onto TikTok.
I'm gonna eat my biscuit while you talk.
You eat. Thank you, Depot Bottom, for providing breakfast on a Monday morning when everything else is closed. But no, she created a TikTok account just to slander and spread false information about our school system. Something didn't go her way, and she just flipped out. And so I then posted a response video giving the facts of what really happened, how things actually work. And then she went off and reported the video to TikTok for bullying and harassment. I said, I didn't bully her. I didn't harass her. I just took everything she said and gave the factual account of what happened. So there is a difference. I mean, if you are intentionally causing harm to somebody, then that's bullying and harassment. But if like what Kelly did, if you're just trying to give the facts and the truth of the matter, and that goes against the narrative you're trying to say, that's not bullying.
It's not.
And kudos to TikTok for restoring that video because it is back up. But I was just like, did she really just report me?
Yeah.
What did I do?
And it's so funny. I feel like the world and everybody that's watching can agree to this. I feel like we are so backwards on stuff. Like
Yes, racism's
the
another
right-
one.
yeah, the
And
right, when you're in the right, sometimes the right way is the hard way, but people are like, oh, you can't do that. And then the people
yes,
that are in the wrong get praised and pushed. It's like
I think
backwards.
things have lost their meaning over
Mhm.
time as the more woke culture has come in.
Yeah.
And more sensitive feelings, and people
Mhm.
aren't as tough and let things roll off their back. Everything's
Yes.
offensive, everything hurts their feelings. And I think that that's where we are. I think I told you they are about to make a live version of Snow White.
Oh,
That
another
is-
one? Oh,
uh,
yes, another one. We
yeah,
had this
another
talk.
one. Yes, this is a woke version. This is actually put out by Disney. This isn't another company. This is the Disney's woke version. My understanding is
Yeah.
Disney of Snow White, and this is directly from the actress playing Snow White. She says Snow White doesn't actually marry her stalker in this one. It's an actual love story. And I'm like,
It was
there was a stalker? I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So, I mean, I think I agree with you that
Yeah.
in this woke culture, things are getting misconstrued. Things are getting
out of line.
out of line. They're not being seen for what they are.
And let me tell you, there's pros and cons to the woke culture. I will say,
Yes,
not all of it is negative,
correct.
and not all of it's positive. There's pros and cons to everything.
yes,
Because as a community, as a society, every year we evolve.
yes,
We keep growing, and it's just like Mr. Haley always says: either you know, if we don't change and keep moving forward, you're going to die.
yeah,
You die out essentially, and and as a culture, we don't want to die, so it's ever so evolving. But with that said, you got to be careful. Like some of the stuff, I just think is being misconstrued when we talk about whether you want to call it the woke thing or whatever. It is, I think, a lot of things misconstrued. Now, if you want to go back, me and you had a long discussion about.
yeah.
The Brothers Grimm stories, how
Yes.
dark
Oh,
and
they're awful.
these,
Y'all have no idea.
some of you might, but you know what I mean? Like there's Grimm stories that they say
They are
Disney
very grim.
adapted and turned them into these positive things.
Yes, because
And-
the original Grimm fairy tales were not for children.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, they may have been for those children. They're definitely not for today's children.
Yeah.
But there is a book series by Chris Colfer called Land of Stories. And this is a young adult book series, but I love it. It was an easy read for me, and it's probably one of my favorite book series. But it's where these kids, this set of twins, end up falling into their grandmother's storybook.
Oh.
And they end up in the land of stories. But there's Cinderella's kingdom where she's ruling, and Snow White's kingdom where she's ruling. And
Yeah.
there's the Little Mermaid and Red Riding Hood and Jack and the Beanstalk. And all of these fairy tale characters live in this land of stories. But each book tells you a different version of those fairy tales that maybe get you to understand why the queen was so evil, what made her become this way, and lets you rethink things. And it's a beautiful way to do it.
I mean,
Yes, yes. Gregory Maguire, who wrote Wicked, and several other fairy tales, he's done this with several others. Does that? Yes,
Yeah.
and I think it's wonderful because it makes you think outside of the box. Where it's kind of like what we're saying. We've been told one version this whole time. We've already got preconceived notions of how things went.
Yeah.
And here comes somebody else with the other side of the coin and what might have happened to do this. And it just, it's
We're
in a
ever
great
so
way.
evolving. And with that said, harassing someone, cyberbullying someone, talking ugly about somebody publicly like that is not acceptable at the end of the
Don't
day.
feed the rumor mill. And this is
And I
something
want you all to know that charges can be pressed if they meet all three criterias. One
Yeah.
meaning it's false accusations, one, making false claims, two, publishing it, and then the third one is if somebody lost their job or lost some type of means of business and worth or money of some sort. And if all three are met, people can get in trouble. You can get a felony. You can get charged.
Yeah.
Why would you want to get in,
I know.
I don't know, have a record of just talking?
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's not just Kelly that got hit. There was like 4 other people named in that, including our DA. And we don't know if any of that's true.
No.
I mean, they went after everybody. And I'm like, why are you going to go after a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a bad idea. I mean, if anybody knows the law and can go after you for it, it would be him. Not that he would do that because he really doesn't have the time.
No.
I mean, there's bigger fish to fry in this town, and he has reiterated that numerous
times. But with that said, we're gonna move on.
Yes,
because I'm squashing this today, and I want to say thank you to everybody that posted, commented, sent to the admin to take it off. Whatever you did to help me squash this. Today is the day. We're not talking about it anymore.
Yes.
I am moving on because that's what I do. And if the person that wrote that thought that this was supposed to humiliate me or make me feel bad or sad or whatever, you really did it. You didn't. Morning, Anna. So with that said, I know what she got me. I know what she got me. That's why she asked me if I was here tonight. With that said, I love each and every one of you, and I really do hope everybody has a warm, blessing, wonderful, extravagant Christmas extravaganza, because this is the last week of schools around in Warren County. Of course, and again, it is Spirit Week. So if you don't know what your Spirit Week is, make sure you check out the post on our Facebook and Instagram. I got it posted to the top on Facebook.
Say a prayer for our teachers and our administrators, because goodness knows they need some Christmas strength Advil this week. I'm just
I love that. Christmas strength
Advil, because we're at the end of it. These kids are hopped up. I mean,
they're hopped up on Mountain Dew
and sugar and candy canes and Christmas cheer. And these teachers are about ready to turn custody back over to you parents, and they're all
the next,
worn out.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
And I know they're exhausted. So y'all just say a quick prayer for our teachers. That was another thing. I mean, Hickory Creek had a water leak while I was gone. That all that drama that went down at Centertown happened.
And I'm going to say all our prayers and thoughts have been with Hickory Creek, with Centertown, with the teachers, with the parents, with the students. Like anybody that has been involved in a school-related activity that happened over the weekend, our prayers and thoughts also go out to you guys, because that could not be an easy decision. And I will say, I want to address just real quickly, because we don't know all the details, but I do know back this summer in July of 2024, a law was passed that there was going to be no threats of means of any harm doing to the school, to the teachers, to the students, like a law. And if there was a student or a teacher or whoever put a threat onto someone on school grounds, that was going to be, I think, a Class E felony, if I remember off the top of my head. And that there's no age discrimination. And I want to say this as nice as I can. There's no age discrimination on this.
So I've heard from multiple reliable sources. So this is what I'm going to tell you that we are hearing happened. We are not confirming this report. We cannot tell you that this is fact. Again, things are still under investigation, but this is from people within the school. Sorry, guys, hang on.
It's just been.
I'm telling you. Thank you. Well, I mean,
that's your side of the napkin, Trav.
I know. Okay. Anyway, my understanding is that sometime in the last week, this child had written a threat on a note and put it in the trash can, and the kids found it and turned it in. Because he is IEP, he has special needs. They just suspended him for 2 days, 1 or 2 days. That's where I'm getting a conflicting report. And then he came back and did it again. And that's when they had to get the police involved, which, I mean, I don't even know if it should have been a 2-day suspension. And everybody's like, well, he's special needs. This isn't fair. Let me tell you something. If you think that a special needs child cannot.
There's some things they understand and don't understand.
Yes, but again, they can be violent. I know, and that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. They can be violent. Most of the time it is unintentional.
Yeah.
And they may not fully understand, but they could still fire a weapon. They could still cause harm.
They have the means.
I am not saying that is the case in this child's case. I don't know this child. I don't know who this child is.
And I hope that this all gets washed underwater and things get worked out.
I do. But also my other understanding, because I know a lot of people are like, this kid's so young. He was 8th grade. Why are we doing this? So my understanding of the law, which is very minimum, and somebody's going to correct me, and that's great. Please do, is that this is a juvenile record. as long as no other offenses are created, it becomes a sealed record once he turns 18 and does not follow him into adulthood. But I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's how
if it's
that works.
like a first offense.
Yes.
Yeah. Underage. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
But of course, then again, if he commits another act of violence or something that
comes
breaks
back
the
up.
law, then it comes back up.
It opens
But
up.
if
his
it
file.
is, yes, it
Mhm.
just needs to be made a record of it. And that's where the problem led with the last school shooting, which was in Winder, Georgia, is that child was under investigation in another county.
Yeah.
And the parents' resolve was to move him to a different school. And when
Yeah.
he moved schools,
Go ahead.
The county and the school failed to alert the new county and the new school that he was under investigation for
Mhm.
this. And that's where the ball was dropped. And so there needs to be a record that there is a potential
Yeah.
that this child could do something.
Yeah.
So that it's on the record, so that it follows him, so that other authority
just
figures know
aware
to
of it.
watch.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that's why. But also at Centertown School last week, in the midst of all of this, is one of the second grade students beat up his teacher pretty severely. So Centertown had a really rough week last week, and most of the
thoughts are with all y'all.
most of the administrators were at a conference. So the ones left behind to deal with all of
How
this,
crazy it is when people are away.
I know. It's just like when the cat's away, the mice will play kind of thing.
Same.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so yeah, it was a interesting week for me to
come into. I know.
Vacation.
But on all that negativity, now we're going to talk about positivity.
Yes.
Because, I feel like, hold on. When we talk about positivity, I have to play that
we're
song.
going to do this song. I played this with my niece, who's all of 1 month old, but it's never too early.
Like we should do a Christmas song today. Honestly.
Oh, we're not going to do the affirmation?
We can do affirmation. I'm fine with that.
You should do Dominic the Donkey. It's a Christmas song. It's the best Christmas song.
I mean, we got to get into it now. We're changing
mindsets.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't have Snoop on a stoop, you need one.
Or Martha on a counter.
Mantle.
Martha on a mantle.
There's nobody better than be myself.
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
Feelings matter.
My feelings matter.
I get better every single day.
I get better every single day. I love it.
I know. It's so great. Who knew that Snoop Dogg was going to be the one to give us positive mindset? I am enjoying Snoop's second run in life.
Mm-hmm.
I got to watch him sing sitting on the dock of the bay.
Great.
On The Voice. And I was like, what? I mean, my mind was blown. He did great.
We're a hot mess, as always.
We're a fun mess, Brian.
And I want to say thanks again while Melody was doing her funty thing and I had no voice at all. I had Brian Carr come in and he stepped up to the plate, and he was my brother from another mother, and he came in and sat with me and helped me out, which was amazing. But with that said,
speaking of Brian,
yes,
should we go into the busy weekend?
Okay, I went Saturday to. I'm forcing my child, Randy Jane, into fun stuff because, especially when it's Christmas time and Halloween, she gets a little scared of things. But she wasn't scared of Santa this time. She said she was scared of the elves.
She was scared of the Grinch. I watched her register every emotion on the chart.
Yeah.
And then settle on, no, this is not okay.
No. She was like this the whole time.
She was like,
the Grinch came out.
What do I do? What do I do?
And we're talking about, if you missed it on Saturday, it was a 2-day showing to the public. I think they got
two times showing. 1 day, 2 times.
Sorry. I say 2 day. Same thing. Whatever. But anyhow, Sing Along with Santa was on Saturday, and it was at 3:00 and 6:00. And it was so much fun. And I want to say to Brian Carr and all the actors there that day, phenomenal. The sing-along was amazing. It
got better from last year. It was so great.
Yes. Just the energy. Let me say this. The energy going into this and seeing it. And I know, they've been doing school field trips have been coming out to the Park Theater. I don't know if there's any more this week.
No, they're done. They're done. They're mentally and physically done.
Okay.
It's over.
I figured you would know.
Well, okay,
Santa after party.
Claus. Well, that wasn't even an after party for that. Santa Claus just happened to be there.
Okay.
But no, I'm sure Santa would keep going.
Yeah.
I think everybody else is done.
Santa's all about it.
Uh-huh. But no, it's always a good time. It's always, and it expanded from last year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to next year already. I hope next year I can participate again.
Listen,
So-
if Santa's looking for extra helpers,
We'd make great elves.
I would
Um,
love to be an elf.
That would be so much fun.
I want to be called Peppermint. I already
See,
have
that
my name.
that was my name from last year.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
Okay,
my name
never
last year. Well, it's
mind.
okay.
No, you can be Peppermint. You have the, yeah, you can do it.
Actually, I
'Cause it
was
looks like you
actually
got-
no. I was Peppymint.
Peppymint. I want to be Peppermint.
See, there you go.
And I want to be the bad elf. Like, have you seen Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy and them on Amazon?
It didn't look so good.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so good. Okay.
The Peppermint is the elf that Santa put on the naughty list. And so she
Oh,
started her own thing. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to watch it
I want to be
So-
Peppermint, the bad elf.
because I was supposed to be in Funtyland.
Yeah.
For an entire week, up to 2 weeks, I cleared my entire schedule. And
did.
then I ended up coming back early. I came back Thursday night. You know, when you first have a baby, it's very overwhelming, and especially when it's your first child, and it's just very overwhelming. And you're hormonally, you're just wrecked. And I felt like I was getting in the way more than I was helping.
And then, yeah, that's good to recognize it.
I just stepped. I said, you know what? Let's do this again in the spring when things get a little bit more so.
And there's, yeah, I like that.
But there's my husband. That's the first time I've got to see him today.
Oh, well, there you go. But you came
so I
back.
came back Thursday night and immediately filled up my dance card.
You did.
I did. The one thing I missed because I forgot because I hadn't put it on my calendar was the open house at Pure Wealth on Friday.
I know. I
But-
missed it too.
Saturday morning at 9 a.m., I was at the Park Theater doing the auditions for Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Great group of kids showed up. I cannot wait to see who gets cast and what. I think we had three new people that have never done a show with Warren Arts or anybody else before.
Aw.
And they did a incredible job.
Yeah.
And so, and Miss Dana is in charge of this production. She's the director. So I'm really excited to see who gets what role. And I also like to see, because I already have in my mind who I would have cast and what.
Yeah.
I don't get to say so in this. This is just something I do mentally. And then I like to see what the directors do and
Yeah.
see how close we align to see if maybe I'm on the right track of where I need to go if I ever decide to direct a
good.
show.
Yeah.
So I did that. Then I left. We restocked the store on our Christmas shirts that are now available, but it is limited quantity, so get it while you can. And then I was back there at 3:00 for the Santa sing-along show,
Yes,
which
you
I
was.
photographed. And then I left. Then I got to rest for a minute. And then I went to a oh no.
You
I
did?
did get to rest for a minute, but then we dropped our kid off at work.
Yep.
And then we were downtown for
'Cause it
second
was the
Saturday.
Second Saturday, which I
And
heard was another phenomenal evening.
It was a phenomenal evening, but I'm everybody's sick in town right now. Y'all
Yeah.
start taking that zinc, start taking that vitamin C. I put my kid on it because with him working at the movie theater and being at the high school, I'm like, you're getting exposed to both sides of the cooties. So because he was sick for 3 days last week, he missed school for 3 days. He was just not doing it.
Not feeling it.
And but no, so second Saturday they lost the photographer for Santa because her whole family was sick. And then
Mhm.
because of the rain, they had to cancel the carriage rides. But despite all of that, it was
Yes.
still a very good turnout. There were still people milling about.
and getting
and-
last minute Christmas gifts.
Yes. And Oasis Church was doing their nativity.
Oh, it was so beautiful, guys. If
So,
you didn't get to see it.
I did get pictures and we're gonna do an article about it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately that was their last night for that. So
Yeah.
and
I hate that I missed the nativity scene. We had Christmas parties. Like after I did the Santa thing, we had Christmas parties.
yeah.
all
Well, and
weekend
that's
long.
where I ended up that
I
night.
forgot about those.
Some local friends took us in.
I was about to say,
Friends, we
did
don't
you
really
invite
have
yourself to a party,
I did
Melody?
not. I got invited for the second year, and I love it because we
Oh.
just don't have any family, and they're so kind, and they include us, and they've been doing this for like 25
I know where
years.
she's going to be going with me this year.
But they've been doing this for 25 years. And what they do is there's food, there's drink, the kids are playing games, and then they have their Christmas tree set up, but then they put all the ornaments in baskets and people help decorate the tree. Everybody comes in, puts
You were telling me that
how
the
many
other
ever
day.
ornaments they want on the tree to help decorate the tree. And it's so cool. And it's so fun just to
Nice
get to
little
hang out with
tradition,
people.
right?
Yep. And then Santa Claus ended up showing up after the show.
Oh,
So brought in some Christmas cheer and just
Love
talking about town history because all these people have lived here and I'm always up for learning more stuff,
Yeah. And
But
you always miss something. Like you always hear the same, like similar information over and over each year.
yes.
But you always feel like I missed something.
Yes.
I would love Mr. Haley and Santa to get together and just have, how they had it set up on the stage and just talk about the history
Oh,
and
yeah.
the photo.
Well, he's done, like on Halloween, he'll do several walkthroughs of the Park Theater. And he's so full of information. I swear we really do need to document it because
we're trying.
I know, because
2025, I told Mr. Haley, I go, get ready. We're going to be lining up weekend after weekend just to have stuff.
Yeah, because we need to. For those who are unaware, he is actually our town historian. That's his role. He took it over from James Dillon.
That's right. He was the original.
Yes,
and I'm aware.
And I have a few ideas of who will take over after he goes, but I'm not saying those are all hearsay in my opinion and not official.
I have one person in mind.
Yeah.
Does he work at a bank?
No.
Oh, so we have a nice little list we can put out.
See, so and I don't know how one gets that role, if there's like a meeting or it just.
I think it's a passion. Mr. Haley, and I love you, Mr. Haley. He was my teacher.
I know.
I think that it's like what we do here on the show. If you have a passion for history and you go if you go to Mr. Haley's walks all the time, I think that once when we do need a new historian, somebody will step up the plate because it's their passion. They love it. They want people to know about it because they're just the ones I have spoke to. And oh my good Lord, look at all those bags. He has a bunch of gift bags in the back of that car. Anyways, it's up to the brim. You can't even see.
Oh.
Look at it. Those are all gift bags. Anyway, squirrel. With that said,
this is the problem of sitting in the picture window.
Yeah. But with that said, I think that they're just like us. I think history is doomed to repeat itself if we don't talk about it.
I do too.
And so I want people to know that there is going to be somebody to fill that void when that time comes.
And it's the good, the bad, the ugly. There are parts of my history that I'm not particularly proud of, but it's part of who I am, and we still got to talk about it. Yeah. You know, that was one thing that I brought up at the party, and most people agreed with me, is that when Mr. Haley goes, Mr. Haley's not going to realize he's gone. And we're going to see Ghost Haley wandering downtown, picking up garbage and handing out popsicles.
And you know how many people are going to probably be walking with Mr. Ghost Haley?
I know. Just like, tell me some stories. I mean, like, nobody will be scared.
I missed your dog walk park. Could you please walk us down?
Yeah.
And then he's like, special guest. And then the ghost will start popping. How neat would that be?
That would be so much fun. Okay. But I'm telling you, I really don't think he's going to realize that. I mean, he will not rest. He will not rest. He is going around right now, from my understanding. He's re-injured his back after injuring it the last time.
Oh, no.
And he's still going around and doing it because he will not rest.
This morning.
Yep. He won't rest. He won't stop. He won't slow down because he doesn't know how to. Yeah. Some people are just like that. I've had to teach myself to stop doing that. So,
bull crap. I call BS.
I tried.
You didn't take a break, but then you filled up your dance card like you just said when you came back. So with that said,
then I got to go to the Nativity Festival on Sunday too. So there were so many activities that I was willing to give up for Baby Snuggles. But see, once I didn't have Baby Snuggles, I was like, well, I'll just pick all that back up because it's stuff that I enjoy doing. I do. Yeah. It's not felt like Christmas in a very long time. And I think a lot of it is that my kids are now grown.
Yeah.
And there's not that kid excitement and that magic. But I'm just like, what do you mean Christmas is next week? Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I'm not even done yet. I got 2 more gifts I need to buy.
Oh, I've barely started.
You got Melody.
What?
Get on it. You were even out of town. You could have got gifts from out of town.
I could barely leave
With
the house.
That said, I want to do an amazing segue.
Okay, well, hang on, because I got one more. I got one more Park Theater thing.
Okay.
The other thing is at the Park Theater this week. Wednesday, the jazz band from our high school
Yes.
is performing. If you've never seen them, they are incredible. Make sure to go out and see
Amazing.
that.
I've tried to
That
book them to
is-
play some events I do, and they're booked.
Yes, they are. I think Walker Beatty's in that one, and Walker
I believe
always
he is.
7:00. And then, and I will be there for this event. I'm so excited because I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time, and every year it does not align up.
Oh,
But Hark in the
yes.
Park.
Joe Harvey does a phenomenal job with that.
Hark in the Park is on Saturday night at 5 p.m.
Mhm.
Not Joe, Steve.
Steve, sorry. It's a Harvey.
It's a Harvey, but I mean,
Sorry,
Joe's there.
Steve.
Joe's probably going to be performing. But yeah, Steve Harvey will be there. This benefits the library. It benefits
Yeah.
the Hamilton Street Activity Center. It's supposed to be one of the most incredible nights, and I've been dying to go see it for years, and it never lines
Steve
up.
and
I'm
them do
going
a
this year.
phenomenal job. This will be my 3rd year going, and if you want to just do like do a family tradition type
Mhm.
thing, you need to go to stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a nice little
And-
thing to do.
But if music is not your thing, then at the 3-Star Cinema, there is a
That's right.
fundraiser for our animal shelters.
Hold on.
Do you have it?
No, hold on.
Oh.
I wanted to do a song with it.
Oh.
Segue to animal stuff.
Oh.
Hold
Okay.
on. That does not sound like dogs. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, I wanted a segue song. Watch somebody take us off and there's no singing.
Well, dogs can't sing. We're barking.
Yeah.
Well, they're barking. I'm not barking.
Gonna shake it out. Shake it out. Yes. With that said, go now.
Okay. So if you don't want to be at Hark in the Park,
Yes.
then you can go to the movie theater.
Can't hear that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It'll come back. Go
I'll
ahead.
post it later. We were going, the movie theater at 4 p.m. They're going to be showing the new Mufasa movie.
Yeah, the live Mufasa
Yeah,
movie.
sorry guys. The live Mufasa movie. The tickets are $8.
Mhm.
But that money, part of that money does go to benefit the animals at the shelter.
Yes.
Are the always phenomenal Holly Cox, the lover of all animals.
Love her.
The queen of animal rescue.
Mhm.
Will be there that night.
She will.
And this is her baby. I'm going to be there at 4, but then I'm going to get over here in time to be at Hark in the Park.
Okay.
But I just want to at least go. I'll pay for a ticket, even though I'm not going to stay. Show my support, show my love.
Yeah.
Always hugging on Holly.
And it's just another way. If y'all have been seeing, we've been doing the Acts of Kindness Challenge. And one of the days that's going to be posted up is to donate or help provide some assistance to a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And if you can't make it to this movie, why not just go and drop off, a donation, a monetary donation?
Yeah.
And I want to say thanks to Pure Wealth for sponsoring this event.
Yes.
And getting
I
all
forgot
this
about that,
together. And with also saying that, there's another event going on that I want to talk about. Amanda Sane, shout out to her. And
She was
thank
here a
you.
second ago. I don't know if she's still here because she got things to do too.
She does, but she asked us if we didn't mind to talk about this. Monday, a week from today, December the 23rd at 10 a.m., bring your dog dressed for Christmas for a parade. Through NHC's current, and then you got to have current vet record required. Please bring a copy with you. So, with that said, if you want, it's called Santa Paws Parade, and it's one of the many cool, fun things that they do. Ooh, that looks delicious. That they do.
Thanks for that, all
Yeah.
recipes.
Yeah. That they do each year. And I just think it's great. So at 10 a.m. a week from today, if you have a dog with its, and make sure you bring a current vet record, copy of it at least, which I have to go get mine again because I never keep mine for the life of me. And you bring your dog dressed up. I think animal therapy is so good for
So
any type
important.
of recovering or at nursing homes, things like that. I've seen stories where animals are at hospitals and
Yeah.
they actually go to somebody right before they die. And then the nurses tell the families
I can tell you why that is.
why. Do you know?
Do I want to ruin the magic? Yes, I do know. It's
Oh.
because when a person is about to die, their body temperature increases. And so they're more warm. So the animals go to them because they're more warm and they're wanting that heat.
That makes sense. 'Cause
That's
I know
why.
cats always.
Sorry
find
to
the
ruin the
worst one.
magic.
Well, it's
but
still,
yeah.
it's a neat thing.
It is a neat thing because I used to be a CNA back before my body said we're not doing anything anymore and just broke. And yeah, and we would see that in the places I worked where there were animals. That's how we knew.
Oh, well, there you go. But with that said, whether you want to go see Mufasa or donate, if you can't make it to any of these events, always find somebody where that you can find an organization that is needing help. I know there's toy drives coming up. There's several things.
Also, Animal Control is waiving their adoption fee well into December. I can't remember how much longer it goes. Can I pull that up? So
if Holly is watching.
well, no,
text
Holly can't. Holly's at school. Holly's teaching. Remember, Holly's
I
a teacher
know,
during
but
the
she
week.
can text.
Can she? Let me just look it up. Let me see.
Okay.
I mean, you can try.
Say the word.
Actually, let me just go to Holly's page, and that'll be easier, right?
Yes.
But just remember, don't get rid of your old dogs to get a new dog. That's rude. And understand that an animal, despite how our law is written, is not property. It is a member of your family. And if you are not prepared to give 100% of your love and attention to that animal, just like you would with your child, then please don't adopt that dog because they're just going to turn around and come back.
And I will also say this too, because it's a lot. There's a lot, and I don't know what's real or what's a scam. If you see, or if you have animals, stop dumping them on the side of the road or at neighbors and stuff like that. The best thing you can do is go on websites and Facebook pages and say, hey, we picked up this dog off the side of the road. Can you please help us with food or something? That's what I've been seeing. A lot of people have been asking to help with kids and their toys and stuff. So why not go on there and say, okay, my dog that I just picked up off the side of the road just had 3 puppies. Instead of dumping the 3 puppies on the side of the road in a garbage bag that somebody obviously has taken a picture of, because I know there's 2 people I saw post that I know are reliable sources. And she is a huge dog lover like I am. Just post it and say, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
I'm struggling working with the job I have to pay the means that we have now. Can somebody please help me with food? Because I guarantee you, because right now, the animal control and all the places, animal shelters, they are full. Always too during this time.
Which is why the pet fee is being waived. And it is till the end of the month. And this is at Warren County Animal Control, not the city animal control. This is county. Also part of that being responsible is you need to understand the expense, because you will need to get this animal spayed or neutered. There are programs to help you with that fee, but that's part of responsible pet ownership. It is to fix them so that they don't bring more animals, because they are very, very overcrowded, the cats.
I've seen the dogs even at the city animal control with Keith and them.
Yeah,
it is packed in there. There's some dogs I want to give some love to my boy Mork. I think that's how you say his name. I'm really bad with names. But he's a special dog to me. And if I had no other dog, I would have taken him, because he gets really bad anxiety being in those kennels with all that barking going on.
Yeah.
And so he has to be, there's somebody one time a week will come and get him and keep him for a couple of hours to get him out of that situation. And it's just so sad that, just like humans, dogs do not choose to be put on this earth, they can't control other dogs, right? But we can control that by getting them fixed and neutered. And it's just going to help. And if you see a dog in need, if you see a family that needs help with dog food or something, I'll put it out there. If you have a stray animal and you need help with dog food, can you please at least call me or text me at 931-305-0869? I will get you dog or cat food.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah. I mean, it is a struggle. I mean, we have 4 cats and 2 dogs. We just acquired a cat in February.
Are you visiting, or do you live in New England?
Newcastle, England.
Or do you?
Are you actually
visiting?
Are you actually across the pond right now, or are you here?
Yeah, I would like to know.
I would like to know too. Anyway,
Then are you spam or are you real? That's what I want to know.
so
After everything's happened to me. Go ahead.
Sorry. In February, my son decided he wanted a fourth cat and it wanted to be his cat. And I said, well, then you're going to, he paid to get this cat spayed. He went and picked her out. He named her. He did everything. And we help with the cat food and we pay for that. But I mean, he's the one, he takes care of all the animals anyway.
Oh, he lives in McMinnville. He's visiting his grandson. Congratulations, Derek, on your new grandbaby.
What a great Christmas present.
Oh my gosh. God love it.
Oh. Friends with Brian. Of course,
Oh.
Brian's bringing in all the people.
Don't you just love Brian?
He's incredible.
He's a nice man. But with that said, we're going to continue on because we got so much left to say.
Yes.
We already talked about the nativity. And if you want to see the video, Melody went and took an amazing video of the nativity scene.
And we got pictures, which we will share. He's the bestest.
Yes. And then as of yesterday, I haven't posted today's, but if you are doing the 12-day kindness challenge yesterday, and you don't have to do these in orders, it's just, 12 acts of kindness, essentially, before Christmas. Buy a coffee for someone or buy a drink. Pay for the person behind you in line at your favorite coffee shop, or just pay for the person in line at the to-go window, something like that. It's just always, yes, he is the bestest. What did he say?
Too muchly.
Oh, okay. I'll get you on that one, sure. But again, today, day 5 will be posted. So make sure you follow that. And also, too, I really would love to see you guys post a picture of your act of kindness, just so people can see how easy it is and how attainable all this can be. McMinnville Fire Department, I want to give a shout out to our Deputy Chief. As of December the 12th, Deputy Chief Marty White, he received the THSO Cumberland Regions Award for Child Passenger Seat Technician as part of the McMinnville Warren County CPS Coalition. Congratulations to Marty. The McMinnville Fire Department has several child car seat technicians on staff. And if you need a car seat installed, inspected, or have a child car seat question, you can stop by the fire station 1 and or 2 and see one of their technicians. We are so proud to serve our citizens here in Warren County and McMinnville, and it's at hashtag McMinnville Strong. Yes, and Brian agrees with me. Love these acts of kindness, and yes, I have the best friends. There you go. And then continuing on, of course, my day act of kindness, day 3 challenge was write a thank you note to somebody. How easy is that? And then my act of kindness, day 2 was bring treats to work and or school. And then, of course, we did share the post from the Warren County school system. If you want to know any more details of what me and Melody have heard or know about, the Warren County school system did make an important message from the Centertown Elementary School. It was about 3 days ago. I also shared this. Let's see. Where'd it go? We share so much stuff. I think I shared it to the wrong page. I want to give a shout out to somebody, but I don't know who yet. Hold on. Okay. The Pioneer Battalion Junior Reserve. This was yesterday. And they do not get enough credit where credit is due when it comes to what First Sergeant Tim Howard and that staff has done with these boys and girls, the Lady Raiders and the Raiders. So with that said, I got this sent to me yesterday. Today, the Pioneer Battalion had the honor to participate in Reefs Across America at the, was that Fredonia Cemetery in Manchester to honor veterans that are no longer with us during the holiday season. The battalion participated by conducting a color guard and wreath laying ceremony. It was a huge honor to be a part of this amazing event. And it breaks down, I accidentally shared it on my personal page. That's why I couldn't find it.
It's hard to keep everything. Wait,
Yeah.
can you go back up?
Mm-hmm.
There's a U.S. Coast Guardsman.
Yeah.
Wait.
Dean Cooper. So each person was represented. Yeah.
Lifeguard, U.S. Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. We did Space Force.
Yeah.
Merchant Marines.
Yeah,
God.
all of them. Yeah, and it
Coast
says
Guard typically gets left out. People don't
Mhm.
realize that is a branch of the military, not just somebody that hangs out
Yeah.
in Florida
exactly.
and rescues drunk frat boys off the ocean.
That's correct. And again, they said thank you to the Coffee County chapter for inviting us to participate in this event. And there's pictures and stuff. I'll share it to I'm going to see if I can share it to my page right now. And nope, wrong one. No, wrong one.
See, I have to log out and log back into the other one.
No, it should be able to say, okay, whatever.
Sorry, it was a horrible sound.
Discard. We'll fix it later. But with that said, make sure when you see these boys with the Pioneer Battalion, give them some love. And I also want to say a shout out to my niece. I almost forgot about the graduating with what's the M word? I can never pronounce it. You know what I'm talking about? When you graduate in the honors in college.
Magna cum laude?
Yes. She graduated with that. And I just want to say I'm so proud of her. She has become such an amazing young lady, and I cannot wait to see what she is, or grows up to really become. As she's already said, adulting is tough because she's already had to make 2 decisions after graduation.
Well, since we're bragging, I'm going to do a little bit bragging about one of our middle school teachers. This is Miss Lucy McGee. Can y'all see Miss Lucy McGee?
Yes.
Miss Lucy McGee just graduated on Friday with her master's degree. And do you see this dress she's wearing? Miss Lucy made this dress out of a tablecloth she got in a thrift store.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. This was a tablecloth 3 months ago. It was the cutest dress. I was ready to go buy one. She's like, I made this. And I'm like, what?
That's adorable.
I'm like, there's no way I could sew like that. And a lot of young people don't do that. That is an older people's skill level.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
for her to know that's amazing.
So if your kids have Miss McGee, and I can't remember which grade she teaches, I'm sorry, but if they have Miss McGee at the middle school, make sure to tell them to tell her congrats, because that is a big honor to be able to get your master's degree.
Okay.
And for all you teenagers, that means for sure Miss McGee knows more than you.
Yes. So don't question her.
Don't question that. Did you also see that we lost a Chattanooga fireman?
No, I did not.
We lost a Chattanooga fireman. We also lost a police officer out in West Tennessee. But our thoughts and prayers go out to the men and women of the City of Chattanooga Fire Department who lost a firefighter in a critical loss of life incident. The Chattanooga Fire stated they release more details on the incident when it is appropriate. So we don't have a name, probably because we need to let the family know. But yes,
that's so sad when that happens. I want to say thanks, Dawn. She said she passed the National Cemetery in Chattanooga on Saturday, and she saw those reefs, and it was chillingly beautiful.
Yeah,
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Let me see. And I think that is all that I have right now. Yeah, because I already talked about that other stuff. With that said, real quickly, Melody, because I've talked to you about this yesterday, would you like to talk about a tradition from other places?
Yes. But first, I would like to share a funny story with you guys. I thought it was funny. So I say that I was on funty duty. This person is the guy I went to high school with. He's my best friend from high school. We've known each other for over 25 years. Let's just say that. And he's one of the few that has stuck it out with me. And he and his wife have been on a 4-year journey to have this child, which is why it was so important that I be there. We're hoping to be able to talk to both of them at some point about that adventure, because they ended up doing an embryo adoption, which a lot of people have never heard of that. I'd never heard of that. Yeah.
She told me.
And anyway, so it was a pretty big deal. And we were down there and the baby just needed to go in for a checkup. Mom was really tired. And so mom was taking a nap. And we said, John said, do you want me just to take baby? Melody can go with me. She can take notes. She's much better at that. That way you can sleep. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So we get to the doctor's office and the doctor takes us back and turns to us and says, okay, mom and dad, you can go in this room. And I said, oh, I am not the mama. I said, it is not me. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. You must be grandma.
What?
I'm what? How bad do I look right now? What?
What happened to you?
What happened to me? Well, so then that was on Tuesday. And then Friday, I was talking to a friend of mine about her daughter auditioning for Mary Poppins, but her son walks into the room and I said, "Oh, well, tell him I said hey." And she said, "Miss Melody says hey." And he goes, "Who?" And she said, "Miss Melody from theater camp." He goes, "Oh, I thought she died. I hadn't seen her in a while."
What?
I am aging so fast this week.
No.
I left Tennessee as a mom. I became a grandma, and then I kicked the bucket all in
Oh,
one week.
wow. That 3 hits in one
I
week.
know.
That's crazy.
What is going on? But it cracked me up. But I mean, I know I've got a lot of gray hair, but I was like,
Oh,
Grandma.
gosh. You're
I was
still
like,
young.
Grandma. I know, I don't feel it.
No.
You know, and that's the thing. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm 45, but in my heart, I still feel like I'm 17 and 18. And I think
Same.
that's the trick, is that as long as in your heart you still feel young, you're good to go. You're only as old as you feel. And
Yeah.
that's what's blowing my mind, that my kid is graduating this year, because I swear I just did that. I swear I just walked across that stage. What do you mean I've got one kid that's 25 and one that's about to graduate? I mean, it blows my mind. And that's the other thing, is that my kid, I'm ending my parenting journey. I mean, you never stop being a parent, but
No.
I mean, this is the last one. This one graduates. That's he's an adult, and then here, my best friend from high school is just starting his parenting journey. And we're the
Isn't that
same
crazy?
age. He's like, "You're going to be a grandma before me." I'm like, don't, why are you
Don't
throwing
put
that out
that
there?
voodoo
Why
out.
are you putting that out
I always
there?
say don't put the voodoo out there.
Yeah.
No,
So, but yes, let's talk about traditions in other countries.
because she found a lot more interesting ones, but we're going to mention one each day.
Okay.
So this one, what are we going to talk about first?
What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the Yule Boys, or do you want to start with Mary Lewin that I can't say?
Yule Boys. Let's just say Yule Boys.
Okay. So I cannot find confirmation on this, but I'm pretty sure the Yule Cat is part of this, or maybe I did find confirmation.
I thought you said it was.
Okay. Let's just start at the top. So I am not going to pronounce this correctly because I don't speak Icelandic.
Okay.
But it's Grilla, Gryla.
Oh, it's Grilla.
Grilla?
Because she was in if y'all watched the red one.
Oh, Grilla.
Grilla's
So
in it.
Grilla,
She's a witch.
she's an ogress
Yep.
with an appetite for the flesh of mischievous children. And it is mischievous. A lot of people say mischievous, and it's not. It's mischievous. But anyway,
Mischievous.
small English lesson. Mischievous children, whom she cooks in a large pot. And then she has a husband, Lepaludi?
They didn't give his name.
But he's lazy and mostly stays at home in their cave. Seems legit.
So why even
Seems
mention
legit,
his
right?
name?
Let him just stay in the cave. Oh, and then they have the Yule Cat, which is a huge and vicious cat who lurks about the snowy countryside during Christmas time, which is what Yule is, and eats people who have not received any new clothes to wear.
That's right. You gotta get your new clothes.
Then we've got the Yule lads, or the Yule boys. They're their sons. They are a group of 13 mischievous pranksters who steal from or harass the population, and they all have descriptive names. So then if you go down to the Yule lads, so they each come on a specific day of the year. Or the Christmas season, not the year. Well, it is a year. But anyway, so it starts on December 12th. The first one to come is on December 12th. He leaves on Christmas Day. But the first one, his English translation, his name translates to Sheepcoat Claude. He harasses sheep, but is impaired by his stiff peg legs. The next one, who arrives on December 13th and then leaves on December 26th, is Gullygawk. That just sounds like fun. Hides in gullies, waiting for an opportunity to sneak into the cowshed and steal milk.
Okay.
Then we have Stubby. This is
Stubby. I love it.
Normally short. I wonder how they figured that out. Steals pans for the food baked to the bottoms and brims. And then he comes the next day, 14th, and leaves on the 27th.
I love this. They come in and they raise an order.
Yes. So what day are we on? What day is today?
Today is the 16th.
Okay, so yesterday, Spoon Licker showed up.
I love
it.
it.
He steals wooden spoons being used for cooking, but is extremely thin for malnutrition. Hi, honey. Bye, honey.
Extremely thin for malnutrition. Bless his heart, Spoon Licker.
I know. Bless him. Okay.
Today,
today we get Pot Scraper, who steals pots and to scrape out the leftovers. So y'all watch your pots.
That is not actually a bad thing. No. I would leave my pots out because some of that stuff's hard to scrape off.
Well, I mean, maybe we need to maybe Spoon Licker needs to be hanging out with Pot Scraper.
Yeah.
And then we got Bowl Licker, who comes tomorrow, hides under beds, awaiting the wooden food bowls placed on the floor. Who's putting their wooden bowls on the floor?
Kids.
Oh, that's
That
true.
has to be children.
Parents, just so you know, Walmart's got forks super cheap. So if your forks keep disappearing, just buy
Yeah.
a packet of them for like $1 or $2 and stick them in the stocking.
Yeah, that's fun.
I don't know why forks disappear. I know where they go, but I mean, come on now. But anyway,
We just buy plastic.
door slammer.
That's on the 18th.
He must be a teenager. Enjoys slamming doors, especially during the night, waking up the household. Definitely a teenager.
That's teenage.
Sky Gobbler.
Oh God.
Oh no, Skier. Sorry, he likes yogurt. Skier,
I
SKYR.
think it's still Skyer. Maybe
Skyer?
Skyer.
But it's a regional style of yogurt, so he just wants yogurt. That's on the 19th, which is my grandmother's
Good
birthday.
Lord. What is these these are all
kids are
children.
awful.
These are adolescent adults and children.
Sausage swiper hides in the rafters and snatches sausages that are being smoked. So December
Ooh.
20th, don't make sausages.
Don't make your sausages. If you need them, do them now.
Oh, December 21st, sounds like we need to call Sheriff Matheny because here comes Window Peeper,
Oh.
who's a snoop who looks through the windows in search of things to steal.
If you have a window peeper, it might be a Yule boy. What's the next one? Is it the next one?
Can't.
Let me see which one.
Doorway sniffer.
Doorway sniffer.
An abnormally large nose and an acute sense of smell, which he uses to locate leaf bread.
Oh. What comes up with these? I really would love to know if there's truth to this. Just to know. Meat hook.
I'm just imagining people wandering around the town going, watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Door sniffer's on the list.
Yeah. And you can't he can't hide his nose, right? Like his nose is like this, right? Is this his nose like that? Like is he in public like this?
No, this is a
Door sniffers here.
thing.
You're like, you got leaf bread.
I'm thinking this mother should not have been the one in charge of naming her children.
Yeah.
Meat hook then comes on the 23rd.
Uh,
And uses a hook to steal meat. I don't understand why that one kid's malnourished. Apparently, his brothers are making plenty of food, taking plenty of food they could share. And then on December 24th, we have Candle Beggar, who follows children to steal their precious candles made of tallow and thus edible.
Well,
Yeah. I know people who put tallow on their face, like use it as a cream. It's like
Yeah.
beef fat or something.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
anyway,
Interesting.
so there you go. That's what happens in Iceland.
This is an Iceland.
Note to self, don't visit Iceland during the month of December.
Now, if you haven't seen that movie called Red One, Grilla is
Yeah.
in this movie. She is an ogre, and she is a powerful witch. And she has her sons. They didn't say their names.
There's Grilla.
Yeah, there's Grilla. They even have.
There we go.
There you go. But in the movie in Red One, if you mention her name, that's the only way she becomes like she knows where you're at. So that's by saying her name this many times, she must be around somewhere. But in the movie, her sons are her workers.
That's so neat.
So there has to be some truth to this if it's put in that movie. To some degree, right?
it's the same thing with Santa Claus. I mean, Santa Claus. Okay, we're gonna just go down this road.
Okay.
Santa Claus, was a Turkish, archbishop, I believe, the original
He
one.
was a bishop of something.
Yes,
I do
and so
remember.
like the red suit and everything. No, it was traditionally like a robe.
Mhm.
The image we have of Santa today, the fat man in the red suit with the white beard, came from Coca-Cola. It was a master marketing plan scheme.
Yep.
And that's where our modern image comes. So I think every Christmas tradition, everything has its basis in something like an actual
Yeah.
person. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Cupid. Cupid actually existed, but he wasn't a chubby angel with an bow and arrow. I mean,
Yeah.
I think things just get embellished and
They evolve
changed over
into
time.
something.
Yeah.
That's what we've been talking about, evolving.
Yes.
As the culture evolves, something else evolves. And
Yeah.
changes to some degree. But again, every day we're going to talk about something. Krampus will be coming.
Yes.
I will tell you, if you don't know anything about Krampus, for shame on you not educating your children. You as a parent need to educate your kids. Yesterday at the Cotton Christmas, we were talking about the movie, the red one, and all the characters that made the movie. And of course, it was Santa and his elves and stuff, and Grilla and her ogre, sons. And then there was Krampus, And then my, I'm gonna give a shout. I'm gonna call him out. My cousin Matt was like, "Who Krampus? Who the heck is Krampus?"
Yep.
And his son's next to him, and he was like, "Dad, you don't know who Krampus is?" And I'm like, "Yes." Somebody has educated so it can keep going.
Yeah. Look, let me tell you something. With Santa Claus, if you don't behave, you get a lump of coal. Krampus, you don't get behave. You get tossed into a bag and whipped with a thing.
Yeah.
I think he's a far better incentive to get your children to behave at Christmas time. My children have always grown up knowing Krampus.
They downplayed it in the red one, but yeah.
But I will say this. None of my children, nor myself, nor my mother, nor my grandmother ever believed. I was told
Krampus?
no, in the big guy.
Yeah.
I just told my children that it's a game that people play during this holiday season. That some kids do believe it is real. So we just let them.
Real.
So we just let that happen. But I mean, there were still letters. There was still milk and cookies left out. Carrots for Rudolph.
Oh, you still did the traditional.
Oh, we did everything, but they just knew from the get-go that it was just a game and that it was more about the magic of the season.
Mhm.
I actually have a friend of mine, had a friend down in Texas. She also did that, but she went even further because her kids only got 3 gifts for Christmas because that's all Jesus got. And why do you think you're better than Jesus?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I always tell Walker just one gift.
See,
I
for
always get
us,
him
this
one.
is the one time a year that we don't overdo birthdays. We don't overdo Easter. So Christmas is we don't do gifts throughout the year just because Christmas is the one big moment, you know? Yeah.
So that's like your family tradition. I
yeah.
love that. We talked about traditions last week.
I mean, we used to have these big parties at the house. The kids would come over. We would play games. There were prizes for the kids.
Yeah.
Presents. I mean, I would spoil not just my kids. I would spoil other people's kids.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I also don't just believe in buying gifts. A lot of what we got the kids, what we still get Matt is a memorable moment, an adventure, to go somewhere, to do something, to tickets to go to Universal Studios or nothing even big.
Or something.
Like my friend, we took her kids to ICE. For Christmas one year because they knew that wasn't something that they could afford. At that time we could. I wanted them to experience it. I wanted them to have that great moment. Yeah. And then another year, there is a movie theater, for those who do not know, it is called something with a horse. I can't remember, but it's over toward Franklin. I will find the name if anybody's interested. But it is a full-on experience because you're going in there. The seats recline, but you can press a button and a waiter will come to you and you can place your order you can buy food. Like it's like an Applebee's. It's about the same price of going to an Applebee's. If you're in the middle of the movie and you're out of drink, you can press the button. They'll come bring you another drink.
Oh,
and we took up an entire row in that theater. I mean, we took so many people and we went and saw the Nutcracker, I believe is what we saw that Christmas. And again, it's an experience. And it's, it's something that the kids will remember because I think that we do get so materialistic as parents, as people. And for me, I'd rather my kids have that memory because that toy, they're going to not play that in like a year.
They're going to remember where you took them, what they've seen.
Right.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We do the same. But with that said, it has been a phenomenal show. Again, thanks to each and every one of you out there that have watched the show today. Thanks to each and every one of you that has responded to our posts and things that we made. The press release, I want to say that once again at the end of the show in case you missed it. I want to say this one more time. Cyberbullying is not acceptable.
Any bullying.
Any type of bullying is not acceptable.
If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have something nice to say, keep scrolling.
That's
the internet version.
One. Yeah, keep
scrolling. You don't have to comment. Anytime. I mean, I've had to do that. I'm like, oh, that's not right, but that's not my circus and that's not my monkey. So I'm just going to keep on going,
right?
Because that's how you keep the drama down. You don't always have to be right, and you don't always have to voice your opinion on the matter. Mm-hmm. Let them have their opinion. Let them have them beliefs, and you just keep on scrolling.
Yeah. That's a good point. I like that. Keep scrolling. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. Don't like it, don't comment on it. Keep scrolling.
Yeah.
But it has been a blessing hanging out with you guys today on this wonderful Monday. I will tell you this because I don't know what Friday's looking up right now. I do know that.
Melody won't be here. I'm finally getting that nerve test on my foot.
Oh,
I've had to reschedule that thing 3 times.
well, then you know what? We're not having a podcast on
Well,
Friday.
and it's a 2-hour day for the
Yeah.
kids. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah, let's just call it because if I don't have help this week, I need help, and that's why y'all are probably gonna see a lot of her each day.
I'm back.
Because next week we're gonna be completely off because the kids are out of school, and I got to get ready and geared up for our 1-year celebration of being on the show.
Yay!
Also, we're gonna have a 2-parter New Year's Eve special for the 30th and the 31st on December,
Okay.
which will be Monday and
Oh.
Tuesday show.
So I'm sorry. Since
Yes.
she said that, the Park Theater has decided not to do the New Year's Eve party, but
okay.
but Begonias is closing at 8, and they have partnered with the Well
Well.
at Tree City.
they have.
Not that they're just going to go over there and hang out. I mean, but it's business supporting business, which I think
is great.
beautiful. And it was like $43, and you can go over to the Well. They're going to have live music. You get 2 drinks
Whoa.
with that.
That was the dog out of the window.
Oh, sound like that was in the restaurant. I
No.
thought the Yule Cat was after me.
Yeah.
But it was a Yule Dog. Anyway, but it's like $43, $45. I think you get a discount if it's a couple ticket. But you got live music. You get 2 drinks with that. Then you get the champagne toast at midnight.
Oh,
And
that's
I don't know the other 2 bartenders that well. And I'm sorry, ladies, I will do my best. But I do know
they're very
Andy.
sweet.
I do know Andy, and Andy is incredible, and they're a mixologist over there, and they do such a great job. And that's where David and I are planning on being.
Aw.
We used to never go out, but now we
Well, I was going to
because that's
invite
way
you to
past.
mine, but okay.
Okay, well maybe I'll go to
You
yours.
can do a 2-parter.
Yeah,
We
can
always
do
have
2.
one.
Oh, well, then maybe I'll just go over to Kelly's house.
We have a fire pit, and we actually do an early one. We go on Netflix and do that countdown.
Oh,
So
one year we did the one where Nick Offerman just sat there and
Yeah.
drank whiskey waiting.
yes,
That was
saw that. That
was
was.
the best New Year's. Staying there like, why are we just watching Nick Offerman hang
I
out?
want to watch it again this year.
great.
Yes,
It was
once
great.
the kids fell asleep, we watched Nick Offerman, and he just talk about stuff. And I want to tell you, I would watch him drink and with his carpentry because he's really good with his
He's good
hands.
with everything, and his wife is a delight. It's Megan
Mhm.
Mullally, who played Karen on Will and Grace.
Yes,
And
phenomenal.
together they are gold. I
Yeah.
love them.
They
as
need
a
to have a
couple.
show together.
Yes, their book was really good. What I read of it. But
I haven't
they
got to read
yeah,
it.
they wrote a book. They wrote a book together. But with that being said, that's the only New Year's Eve thing that I've
Yeah.
heard. Now I know that in the past, Young Men United have done something, but I don't know. So if you are doing something for New Year's Eve, you
Please
want
let
people to
us
come hang
know.
out, yeah, because I'd
Please
like
let-
to know what the options are.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for hanging out at Tree City.
Yeah,
The Well,
you can
at
still
the
do
Well.
it if you want.
Well, and here's the thing with it being at the Well, that's at the Tree City Inn,
Mm.
also known as the Best Western. You could just rent a room, get completely toasted, and just crawl back.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to worry about driving home drunk.
No.
You can make a whole romantic evening out of it.
you can
It's
make a whole
really a
thing.
great idea.
Eat at Begonias and then go to the Well.
Yeah,
I mean, go make it a whole thing.
yeah.
But with that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy
Yes.
the rest of your day, and make sure you get your kids all in the spirit of Christmas and get them all dressed to the nine for their spirit week. And yeah, it's been a great day. And remember, Warren County, what do we say, Melody?
Keep it first.
Yes, we do.